Aston Martin has just unveiled the new, 2025 Aston Martin DB12 S. And yesterday I'll be telling you what, sort of upgrades Aston Martin did to it. Well, I'm Junior, and you're watching Junior on Cars. Some of you who don't know, let me keep you up to speed. The DB12 hasn't been here for a very long time, and to also make things simpler, it has a 4-liter twin turbocharged V8 from a Mercedes. And yes, it has two turbos, producing 670 brake horsepower and 800 Newton meters of torque, and a top speed of 202 miles per hour. Well, it is quick, it is very efficient, and it is a proper GT because, as we all know, Aston Martin aces when it comes to the GT, the DB9, and many more, including the new Vanquish. But Aston Martin has decided, you know what, the DB12 is not enough, so we're gonna introduce a much more faster version of it, which is the DB12S. Yes, the DB12S, I wouldn't say it's very different to the DB12. It still has the same 4-liter twin turbocharged V8, but it puts out 790 brake horsepower, which is 20 more horsepower than the normal DB12, and 800 Newton meters of torque. Still stacks up the same torque, but does a 0 to 60 time of 3.8 seconds, which is quite impressive for a GT. And it is very good to hear that Aston Martin is still taking performance very seriously, including the DB11 and also the Superleggera. But we cannot forget that it's still Aston Martin. They still have to be subtle. When it comes to the exterior work, they haven't done a lot of stuff, including, the rear end, which we'll jump into in a bit. The front end, just a fully new redesigned front splitter for the lower bumper. It has been done with some extra carbon bits to make it a little bit faster, but the back end has been redone with 4 exhaust tips instead of 2, which for me personally on the pictures look a bit too weird, but in reality we all know it will be a bit too weird still, but it still tops the cake and still looks very good. But besides that, they have also included a new ducktail spoiler, which is carbon fiber. You still get lots of carbon stuff, carbon front splitter, carbon side skirts, and also a carbon rear wing or rear ducktail spoiler. And yes, the 4 exhaust tips do mean that Aston Martin had to redesign the lower bumper for the back end, which is what they did, because if you can compare the old and the new DB12S and the DB12 standard, you can see that they have done a full-on transformation for the back end. But besides that, if you jump into the interior, the DB12 hasn't done a lot of stuff, including just the S embedded into the seats, not on the headrest. Instead, where your back and your shoulders will be sitting, it has been put with a lovely S. The infotainment system and everything still comes with climate controls, lane assist, and also Apple CarPlay, so it's Android Auto. So Aston Martin hasn't really done a lot of stuff, but gloss over those stuff, it's still a proper Aston Martin with just packed 20 horsepower more compared to the normal DB12, but it still looks good, it's still fantastic, and I still think it is a proper Aston Martin. But the back end situation with the 4 exhaust tips, I don't know, it's still a bit shaky, but we'll see in the near future. If you enjoyed the video, if you did, please give it a like, comment, subscribe. If you want to watch more videos on mine, click onto the main channel to go and watch more videos on mine. And if you want to learn more, keep on my channel, I suggest you go and follow the channel's Instagram page, which is Junior on Cars, so is the channel's active TikTok page at Junior on Cars as well. And also, if you don't like watching videos, you can still go onto the LinkedIn app and search Junior on Cars, and you can, learn more or read more about the cars and the videos that I'll be doing. I also do put the links there for the videos, and more car content coming soon, as well as reviews. So bye.